Okay, so we've gone through the segment real quick of trying to create this item that has this logo, and all this, when I move it, is grouped together. Just undo it. If I double click on it, it'll break this all apart, so you can see all these little pieces. You know, the stroke, everything, this industrial type. All the type was set up there for you as far as the formatting, so you had the actual type, you just had to tab it or create these bullets, which are option 8. And even taking a look at this line art illustration of the Sharpie marker. So just put all those back real quick. So that's that piece. Same with the side panel, and it was pretty easy because you could just duplicate the graphic and the illustration of the logo there. Yep. And this is a segment up at the top, which is a symbol. And now the symbol, once you take a look at this, is that this one you cannot edit this. It's just like a flat piece. So you can open this part up, but when you take a look at it, you can't get into anything there. So there's nothing really to modify. This part is just a rectangular shape that's been extruded and has taken the two symbols and placed them on either side. So in the appearance panel, if I click on this real quick, this shows that it has the shape. If I go to the map art, you'll see it just has 6 surfaces just as a cube, and as I click on this, it shows all 6 sides plus the front panel in the back. I'll put shades so it goes through this segment here. Let me click on that. So this is clicked on so that the image will shade through whatever's behind it. So I'll just cancel that. And that's what you have here. So you can modify this, change it in perspective, and everything that goes along with that segment. So that's what that piece is. Okay, so all you have to do, I mean, I've kind of placed it on there, but I just want you to go through the process, is to take a look. You're creating this image and duplicating it. So first I'll give myself a little extra room with maybe putting in another artboard in here. So if I Pathfinder artboard, see if I have this part open. There's the artboard. I'll just put a secondary one here, just for that part. And I'll just option and put this over here so it duplicates your final image. Okay, and once you go to the Clover section up here for the artboard, this is where you're going to click on. And I'll just put a sample. And I'll just leave all that right there and click OK. Before saving. So here it is, has the section, so I'll click OK. So there it is, that's the second symbol right there. Okay. I can do the same with this one. Just option over here. Now before I do this one, I'm going to rasterize it. So just go to Object, Rasterize. It'll give me this at 150. That's good. I'll click on there. And then make it a symbol. And sample. Side. So now I have these two panels. In fact, I'm going to take this one out and just redo this one. Option, Object, Rasterize. Again, you have the CMYK sign, magenta, yellow, and black. 300 for a print, 72 for the screen, middle. So just put it at the middle for temporary. And that will rasterize that image for it. And then just still selected. Sample 2. Okay, so now I have these two pieces to select. And if I take the rectangle selection tool, Command just deselect everything or select all. I'm just going to draw a box around the entire segment here, so that way I know it's the exact same size of this. I'm just going to give it a light gray color and just go to Effect, 3D. Remember, it has no stroke on it. Extrude, and this is the panel that I have, so you can see it right there. So I'm just going to jump right into the map art. Take a look. It has 6 sides. If you toggle through, the little red outline shows you right here what panel or what side of the box you're on. So there's the front. Here's the symbols. I'll go way down to the front. I put a couple in here, so front sample puts it right on there. And then just toggle through till I get the other panel, which is right there. And put the sample side right there. And there you can see it right there. Now if you want this to be flipped, I'll just flip it to show it to you how it's done. And it's a little bit larger than it needs to be because I didn't create that image all the way, but it's the right height. So I'm going to keep it right there. I'll show you how to fix that. So it's kind of overplaying itself. I'll shade the artwork right there. Click OK. And come into the extrusion depth. You can kind of see a little bit how far it's missing, so I can increase this part. And by doing so, it's going to give me a little bit of space. So it's stretching it out here. So now I can go back into the map art and just move this guy down right there. And click OK. Oops, click that one. Click OK on here. I can reduce that down if I need to. So that gives me that piece. I have the light source I can modify. And keep in mind, by making the segment become a rasterized symbol, it allows it to change a little better. I'm going to put this behind it. Right there. And gives you a little bit more flexibility. Here in the perspective of the 3D, I'm just going to click on this panel. Use the scroller mouse right here. And it'll taper that perspective and click OK. That's all there is to it. So you have that selection placed in there. And for most purposes, I can go ahead and put in the shadow. This is the first one that I had. And I can just use the pen tool, deselect everything, and just create a simple, easier said, a simple shadow. So I'm just going to make it taper, go behind the box to the corner, and I can just type it right to that piece. Come in here, just grab a gradient, and just go to object and put it behind the shape right there. So that gives me a pretty good rendition of that marker with all the graphics. So you can see how this can be used if the product doesn't actually exist, of the packaging. It has a good representation of how it's going to appear into that segment.